And welcome to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University, as today the Grambling Lady Tigers will entertain Alabama State University. The Lady Tigers come into this game 1-0 in conference play after their victory against Alabama A&M on Monday night, while Alabama State University, they come in 0-1 in the conference. They lost 70-61 to Jackson State University in Jackson on Monday night. The Grambling State University Tigers overall are 4-8 overall, and of course they are 1-0 in conference play. Alabama State still looking for, of course, their first conference win, but also struggling a little bit so far this year. They've got a couple of wins, one against Mobile and the other one against Savannah State. So 2 wins on the season for Alabama State University. Let's talk about the starting lineups. First of all, for the Alabama State University Hornets, of course, their guards will be Kenya Pye and Kamishia Walker. Their forwards, of course, they run a 3-guard lineup. Shemaiah Smith, senior from Decatur, Georgia. Forward will be Kayla Stevens, a 6'1" senior from Santa Ana, California. And Tatiana Calhoun, a 6'3" junior from Montgomery, Alabama. The head coach for the Lady Hornets is Frida Freeman Jackson, and assisted by her longtime assistant, Clayton Harris. Now for the Grambling Lady Tigers, of course, they will start Monisha Neal, 5'9" senior from Louisville, Texas. Shakala Hill, the 5'7" junior from Little Rock, Arkansas. Lanisha Jeans, who is a 5'9" junior from San Diego, California. Justice Coleman will get the start for the Lady Tigers this evening. She's a 5'10" freshman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And finally for the Lady Tigers, Kaylin Gideon, a 6'3" junior from Los Angeles, California, transferred from Pasadena City College in Los Angeles, California. So those are the starting lineups for both the Grambling Lady Tigers and Alabama State University Hornets. Again, Lady Hornets come in 0-1 in the conference, and the Lady Tigers come in 1-0. So looking forward to an exciting game between these two teams. And when you look at last year, of course, this Lady Tiger basketball team able to get to the finals of the SWAC championship, tournament championship. We're not able to pull it out on in the championship, but didn't win the regular season. And they were able to go to the first round of the WNIT and beat Ole Miss, and then lost against Tulane in the second round. All right, so we're underway. The Lady Hornets will have the possession first. And they're going to go inside to the big girl, and that's Tatiana Calhoun. And foul right away is going to be on Lanisha Jeans. That's her first personal and the first team foul. And 2 shots at the line for the big girl, number 54, Tatiana Calhoun. First free throw is up and good. Coming into the ball game, Alabama State shooting 65% from the free throw line. Calhoun gets her first attempt. Her second attempt is up and good. And Alabama State with their first 2 points of the ball game. It is 2-0, Lady Hornets. Grambling with the basketball. Chicago Hill will control the rock. Looking to the right side, picks up Lanisha Jeans, now towards the corner. Monisha Neal, back to Chicago Hill. Aside to Coleman, now she gets it inside to Kaylin Gideon. Shot up and good. Kaylin Gideon with the first 2 points of the ball game. Nice move going towards the rack and then getting it on the inside to the big girl Gideon. And here comes Grambling on the other side. Missed opportunity there for Chicago Hill. And it goes out of bounds off of Alabama State and back to Grambling. Grambling will have the basketball when they're in, and inbounding the basketball, Justice Coleman gets it into Chicago Hill. And coming away with the basketball is Coleman. She goes in for the shot, no good. It's tipped out by Gideon and recovered by Alabama State University. With the basketball, Alabama State University. Shot up And good. 3-point buckets by Kenya Pye. 5-2 now. Alabama State on top with 8:20 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Santoria Black joining you on courtside this evening as the Lady Tigers have their second conference game of the 2018 season. They'll go on the road coming up this weekend, and losing control of the basketball was Justice Coleman. Alabama State coming away with it. Outlet pass to Walker. The shot is up and good. Alabama State up now 7-2. 7:56 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Shakala Hill with the basketball. Now to Monisha Neal, top of the key. Left side now to Jeans. Back to Shakala Hill. She goes up for the shot. Foul, no call. She gets the ball back, though. Goes up for the shot, no good. And coming away with the rebound is to Tatiana Calhoun, the 6'3" junior from Montgomery. And following a little bit too close is Lanisha Jeans, and that's her second personal foul. She picks up her second personal foul extremely quick, and now she will come out of the ball game. And coming into the contest now for the Lady Tigers, Deja McKinney. McKinney averaging 12.4 points a game coming into the lineup. 6 men off the bench today. Inside pass goes awry, goes out of bounds off of Grambling, back to Alabama State. 7-2 our score. Grambling trailing with 7:15 remaining in the first quarter of play. Alabama State setting the out-of-bounds play and getting the basketball is Shemaya Smith, the 5'2" senior from Decatur, Georgia. Smith now into the corner. That is Walker for 3. She has 5 points now. And the Lady Tigers trail 10-2 now to Alabama State. 6:56 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Jeans with the basketball. And it goes out of bounds off of Alabama State. And back to Grambling. Coach Frida Freeman Jackson asking the official, did it go off of Grambling? Shakala Hill gets it left side now to Jeans, who has 2 personal fouls. Now to Deja McKinney, who tries a 3-pointer up, no good. Rebound and the putback is no good by Jasmine Torian, and a foul coming up. And Calhoun picks up her first personal foul. Jasmine Torian now at the line for the Lady Tigers, shooting 2. Torian coming into the ball game, shooting 80% at the free throw line. First free throw rattles in and out, no good. And 0 for 2 at the line for Jasmine Torian. And Grambling gets the ball back. Torian will take a 3-pointer. Good! So she makes up for it by hitting a 3-pointer. And it's now 10-5, Grambling on top. Grambling trailing, 6:24 remaining here in this first quarter play. A turnover by Alabama State, and coming away with the basketball, Monisha Neal. Jeans tried to get it back to Neal, and a turnover here. It goes to Walker. Nice spin move by Walker. Little ball action off the glass. And you can see this on the replay. Nice little wraparound shot there. She has 7 points, and it's now 12-5. Grambling trailing, and a turnover here by the Lady Tigers. Ariel Williams coming in for the Lady Tigers. Courtney Lee coming in for Alabama State. Lee, 5'6" freshman from Birmingham. And coming out of the game for Alabama State, Tatiana Calhoun has 2 points. Alabama State moving the ball around. Grambling playing some tight defense around the perimeter. Inside pass, and that's going to be a traveling violation by Maya Milner, the freshman from Columbus, Georgia. Cross-court pass to Chicago Hill. Three-pointer on the way by Ariel Williams. No good. Chicago Hill with the rebound. Hill leads the team in rebounding. Here's a three-pointer by Deja McKinney. Good. Deja McKinney, who's hit 23 pointers coming into the ball game, hits her 21st. And it's now a 12-8 contest. Grambling cutting that deficit to 4. And Alabama State with a three-pointer. That's Pye. No good. Alabama State with the rebound and off the glass. That's going to be Kamisha Walker. 9 points already for Kamisha Walker in the first quarter as she gets the layup there. Ariel Williams to Chicago Hill. 17 left on the shot clock. Deja McKinney now with the basketball. Gets it into the corner to Chicago Hill. Nice inside pass to Monisha Hill. Can't hit the shot from about 10 feet out. And here comes Alabama State in transition. Shot up no good by Kayla Stevens. And a timeout on the floor. 4:25 remaining here in this first quarter. Play 14-8 our score. We'll take this timeout. You're watching Grambling basketball on GSU TV. Second free throw by Stevens, up and good. 1 and 2 at the line. And now coming into the contest for the Lady Hornets will be number 25, Amber Hunt, 5'9" freshman from Chattanooga. And a foul coming up on the floor against Alabama State. And right away, it's against 25, Amber Hunt, first personal. Second team foul, and Jasmine Torian will go to the free throw line. Out of bounds off of Alabama State. We'll go back to Grambling. Kayla Stevens will come back into the ball game. She's 1 and 2 at the free throw line. So far as a team before that timeout, 5 turnovers for Alabama State, 4 for the Grambling Tigers. Rebounding edge, dead tie, but except Grambling, all of 5 of their rebounds, offensive rebounds. 3-pointer on the way, good. Deja McKinney hits a 3-pointer, second one of the ball game. She has 6 points. And that's going to be a foul coming up on Alabama State. That foul is going to be on Walker, and you see great positioning there by the Lady Tigers defensively, drawing the offensive foul. And Walker gets her first personal. That's 3 team fouls on Alabama State. 3:31 left in the first quarter, 15-13. Lady Tigers have climbed back into this ball game after trailing big at one point. 3-pointer on the way for the Lady Tigers. Good! Ariel Williams now with a 3-pointer. 12 points from the 3-point line for the Lady Tigers. And it's now 16-15. Lady Tigers have taken the lead. McKinney reaching in, trying to get the ball. Ball is tipped around and grabbed by the Lady Tigers. McKinney now has control of the rock. Oh, near travel there. Ariel Williams for another 3-pointer, no good. And the rebound by Amber Hunt. Shot up, good, no good. In and out by Kayla Stevens. Monisha Neal with the basketball, looking inside. Alabama State playing a little off of Monisha Neal. Ariel Williams lost the ball. Shakala Hill gets it back near travel. Coach Frida Freeman Jackson wanted a traveling violation off of Alabama State back to Grambling. And Coach Jackson wanted a carrying violation. 1 second on the shot clock now for the Lady Tigers. They'll have to get one off quick. Deja McKinney for a 3-pointer, no good. And it doesn't hit anything, so it'll be a shot clock violation on Grambling. 16-15 to score now. Torian with 5, Deja McKinney with 6, Ariel Williams with 3. Just scoring for the Tigers so far. And a kickball violation off of Grambling. Three-pointer on the way, no good by Courtney Lee, and it's rebounded by Grambling. Here comes Monisha Neal pushing the basketball. McKinney for a 3-pointer, no good. And the rebound by Alabama State. And a foul coming up. Ziaria Doe is going to the free throw line. Shakala Hill with the foul, their first personal. Ziara Doe, the sophomore from Hardyville, South Carolina, went to Hilton Head Christian at the free throw line. Free throw up, no good, off the front of the iron. Jasmine Torian coming back into the ball game. Oh, just making a little adjustment there. Free throw is up and good. Ziara Doe now ties the ball game at 16 between the Lady Tigers and the Lady Hornets. Torian with the basketball, gets it out to Monisha Neal. Neal now looking to the inside. Ariel Williams now with the basketball, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. She'll take it herself. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, and the putback by Jasmine Torian. Torian 7 points now. 18-16 now the score. Offensive foul charged to Alabama State. The foul is going to be charged to 22 Kayla Stevens, first personal. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Coming back into the ball game now for Alabama State, Maya Milner, a freshman from Columbus, Georgia. Grambling with the basketball now. Deja McKinney taking a long three-pointer from the other side. McKinney with a long three-pointer, and it's now 21-16. McKinney now with 9 points, 12 seconds left on the game clock. Alabama State can play for the last shot here. Three-pointer by Alabama State, no good. Shot up and good. Grambling will get the ball in quickly. Here's Deja McKinney for a three-pointer. No, off the shot clock. And no good. Lady Tigers right now on top 21-18. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Grambling basketball on GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University, Lady Tigers on top of the Lady Hornets by the score of 21-18, just starting the second quarter here. Rebounding edge going to Grambling, 11-10. They have 8 offensive rebounds, and that's been the story of the ball game. 19 points off the bench. Alabama State just 3. Grambling with the basketball when they're in. And a foul coming up here. And that's going to be charged to Kanisha Walker. Walker with her second personal. And at the line now for the Lady Tigers be Jasmine Boyd. She'll get 2 here at the line. First one is up and good. Coach Freeman Jackson not happy about that because she said that the player was on the floor, shouldn't have been a shooting foul. Nonetheless, Jasmine Boyd gets both at the charity stripe. She's 2 for 2. She's shooting about 89% on the season coming into the game, 17-19, and a steal here by the Lady Tigers. Nice pass to Shakala Hill from Monisha Neal. Shakala Hill with her first 2 points of the ball game. Great transition basketball, no-look pass to Shakala Hill from Monisha Neal. Now Alabama State trailing by 7, 28-18, and at one point in time, Alabama State had the big lead. Now trail by 7. Baseline, dribble, and a foul coming up. It was a great job here by Doe as she took the baseline. That foul is going to be on number 30, Alexis Williams, first personal. Inside pass, up and no good, and an offensive foul coming up. And that foul is going to go against Tatiana Calhoun's second personal. Boyd gets the basketball over to Alexis Williams. Now back to Monisha Neal. Chicago Hill now with the basketball. Looking inside. She'll dribble. Turn inside the paint. Pops it back out to Alexis Williams. Shot up and good. Williams with her first 2 points of the ball game. It's now 27-18. And a nice shot there by Alexis Williams, getting a little bit of the home glass in order to help out. Monisha Neal getting roughed up a little bit inside the paint. Alabama State moving the ball around the perimeter. Still 13 left on the shot clock. Inside to Tatiana Calhoun. Shot in the corner by Doe. Up no good. Rebound by Grambling. Chicago Hill out to Monisha Neal. Neal looking. Bounce pass. Over to Deja McKinney. Good. Deja McKinney now with 11 points. And timeout by Alabama State. We'll take a timeout here with the score. Grambling up now 29-18. 7:55 remaining in the half. We'll be right back. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, Santoria Black with you on this Wednesday evening. Lady Tigers on top of Alabama State 29-18. 7:43 remaining here in the first half of play. Shot up, no good inside by Alabama State. And she goes up again, and it's a jump ball. Kayla Stevens was on the inside trying to get it back into the bucket, and now Alabama State, with the possession arrow, will get the ball back. And Stevens couldn't get the basketball. Now Monisha Neal will control it. Bounce pass to Deja McKinney. Goes up for the shot. Good. Deja McKinney now with 14 points, I should say. Grambling on top 31-18. 13-10 on the offensive boards, or on the boards, 8-2 on the offensive glass. Three-pointer up and good. They'll call it a two-point bucket. And that bucket was by Stevens. She has 3 now. 6:54 remaining in this first half of play. Lady Tigers on top 31-20. McKinney with the basketball. She has 13, I believe, instead of the 14 that's up on the board. Unless we missed a free throw here. Chicago Hill with the basketball, and she'll be called for traveling. Took a couple steps before dribbling the basketball. Alabama State now with the basketball, down 11, 6:29 remaining here in this first half of play. Alabama State has the ball in the corner, trying to get the ball out, finally does. Tough defense played here by Grambling, and it's going to be a foul on the inside by Jasmine Boyd. That's the first personal foul for Jasmine Boyd. Second team foul of the quarter. 31-20 the score. Grambling on top. Inbounding the basketball is Doe. Ball is tipped, and coming with the basketball is Shakala Hill. They've got numbers. And they couldn't catch up with the basketball. It goes back to Alabama State. Man-to-man defense now for the Lady Tigers. Shot up no good by Stevens, and coming over with the basketball is Jasmine Boyd. Now to Shakala Hill, left side to Deja McKinney. McKinney drives, shoots, can't get the bucket, and getting the rebound is Stevens. And Grambling picking up on defense right away. We talk about some hustle on defense. Stevens kicks it out to Pye. She'll take a shot from inside the three-point line. Good. 5 points for Pye, and it's now 31-22. Alabama State cutting that lead now into single digits. 31-22 the score. 5:07 remaining here in this first half of play. McKinney to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd will drive. She'll shoot. Good. Jasmine Boyd now with 4 points, her first field goal of the ball game. Nice job with the dribble drive penetration. 33-22, back to an 11-point lead. Deja McKinney leading the scores, 14 points. Long shot, no good, and the rebound by Stevens. Inside to Milner, nobody home, and she gets her first bucket of the ball game for Alabama State. It's now 33-24, back to a 9-point deficit for the Hornets. Lady Tigers with the basketball, now with Shakala Hill bringing the ball across the half-court line. And you hear the Alabama State coaching staff talking about switching, not to create mismatches. Inside pass is picked off by Alabama State. Milner coming over with the basketball, and she goes coast to coast. She gets the steal and the bucket. Timeout by Grambling. 33-26 the score. Lead is now 7 for the Lady Tigers. We'll take this timeout. You're watching Grambling State University basketball on GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, where the Grambling Lady Tigers are on top of Alabama State 33-26. They had an 11-point lead, and Alabama State, they've rattled off 4 straight. Alabama State has a few more turnovers than the Lady Tigers in this ball game so far. Oh, that's a carrying violation by Monisha Neal. They've kind of gotten away with a couple of those this evening. 33-26, Alabama State trying to cut this lead. 3:43 remaining in this first half of play. Milner with the basketball, takes a shot from the right elbow off the glass. She now has 6 points off the bench. 33-28, now down to a 5-point lead, 6 straight points for Alabama State. Torian with the basketball, and now she'll draw attention as she is a 3-point threat. The shot is up, no good. Ball tipped around, and it's going to go the other way after a foul by Grambling. It's going to be called on number 10. That's going to be Lanisha Jeans. That'll be her third personal. Substitution in the ball game. That's going to be Justice Coleman coming into the contest. Two seniors on this ball club, Jasmine Torian and Monisha Neal. Alabama State with the basketball now, 33-28 to score. Stevens getting the ball back to Gibson, and an offensive foul charge to Alabama State. Second personal foul on Kayla Stevens. Grambling will get the ball back, 33-28 to score. Grambling on top. 2:45 remaining in the first half. Lady Tigers with the arrow. Torian with the basketball in between the circles. Now bounce pass to Ariel Williams. Inside pass to Monisha Neal. Shot up good. Mo Neal doing a great job going into the little turnaround jumper. First bucket of the ball game, and it's now 35-28. 2:16 remaining here in the contest, in the first half of the contest. Nice inside pass. No one at home to defend Kayla Stevens. She has 5 points now. Stevens was all alone in the paint. They lost her in the defensive transition. And it's now a 35-30 score. Back to a 5-point lead for the Lady Tigers. Chicago Hill with the basketball, looking inside. Coming back out now, taking the three-pointer is Coleman. Up no good. And a foul on the floor. It'll be charged to Alabama State, it looks like. That's going to be charged to number 12, Maya Milner, first personal. Grambling basketball. Jasmine Torian, a three-pointer, good! Her third three-pointer of the night, or second, I should say. She now has 10 points, and it's now 38-30. Grambling on top by 8. 1:33 remaining in the first half of play. And the ball knocked out of the hands of Alabama State. Here comes Grambling with the basketball. Monisha Neal, nice pass going out to the right side and missing the shot was Justice Coleman, and now Alabama State coming away with it. Got to get the cheapies inside. Shot up, no good by Alabama State. Getting the rebound is Milner, and she goes to the line, drawing the foul. That foul's going to be on Monisha Neal. That's her first personal. 1:04 remaining here in this first half of play. 38-30 our score. That free throw up, no good. Tasia McKinney coming into the ball game for Grambling, taking out Justice Coleman. And coming in for Alabama State is Ziara Doe. Free throw coming up here for Milner. Shot is up and good. And now Aaliyah Nelson coming into the contest, the 6-foot freshman from Pompano Beach, Florida. Chicago Hill with the basketball. He'll turn around inside the paint, goes up for the shot. Good. Well, she makes so many things happen and creates opportunities for herself. Spins inside the paint, one-on-one defensively, and gets the bucket. Pye with the basketball now. It's going to be a foul coming up on Grambling. 2-shot foul coming up. Shamaya Smith, I should say that's going to be on Ariel Williams. And Doe is at the line. Ariel Williams with her first personal. And Doe with the free throw. Well, it looked like it was a tough foul right there. Ariel Williams coming out of the ball game. Second free throw is up and good. 40-33 now. Grambling on top by 7 points. 18 seconds left in the half. And Grambling will play for the last shot. Shakai Hill gets it to Deja McKinney. She's got McKinney out there to her right. Justice Coleman to her left. Jasmine Torian in the ballgame and Monisha Neal. Here's McKinney. Turnaround jumper up, no good. Rebound by Alabama State. And that'll do it for the first half. Grambling Tigers on top of Alabama State 40-33 here at halftime. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action live from the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here in Grambling, Louisiana. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. And welcome back here to Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. The Lady Tigers have a 40-33 lead. Santoria Black here with you. The Lady Tigers 15-35 from the field in the first half, including going 6 for 16 from the three-point line. They were out-rebounded by Alabama State 17-14. But Alabama State 13 turnovers in the first half to 8 for Grambling. And on the assist category, 12 dimes for Grambling and just 5 for Alabama State. Second half of this ball game, Grambling with the basketball. Monisha Neal out front. Take a shot just inside the three-point line. The shot is up, no good. And Alabama State will get the rebound. That's the big girl, Tatiana Calhoun. She has 2 personal fouls. Cross-court pass, and that's going to go to Walker. Nice shot inside unorthodox by Walker, but Calhoun right there for the rebound and the putback. Calhoun has 4 points now. And it's a 40-35 ball game. Grambling was trailing by 8 at one point in the first half. That was Alabama State's largest lead. And then Grambling went on a run, and they were up 11 by 1 at one point in the game. Steal by Alabama State. Lady Hornets putting on the defensive pressure. Here's a shot for 3. Up, no good. And coming down with the rebound is Monisha Neal. Neal quickly down the floor, getting it to Justice. And then inside, great pass, great shot. Alexis Williams with the bucket. She has 4 points now, and the Lady Tigers back on top by 7, 42-35 here in the third quarter. Alabama State now with the basketball. In the corner, that's 22 Steve. Now back out to Walker. Gets it in the hands of Hahn. Baseline number up, no good. The shot clock was expiring. Here comes Shamala Hill. Hill to Monisha Neal, steps inside the three-point line. Good. Nice stop and pop. Monisha Neal. 2 points this quarter and 4 points for the game from Monisha Neal. 44-35. Now the score. 7:48 remaining in the third quarter. Nice inside pass to Calhoun. Can't hit the bucket inside. And here comes Monisha Neal once again. Now back to Jasmine Boyd. Monisha Neal, shot up, no good. And a foul is coming up. It's going to be on the floor against Alabama State. And I believe it's going to be on Calhoun. If it is, that's her third personal. And she will come out of the ball game as well as Shamaya Smith. Ryan Milner will come into the contest for Alabama State. Monisha Neal, turnaround jumper from the right elbow. Oh, in and out, no good. And here comes Alabama State. Courtney Lee with the basketball, down the floor to Walker. And Monisha Neal with the steal. Bounce pass. And that's going to be Justice Coleman with the shot. And a timeout on the floor with the score. The Lady Tigers have gone back out to an 11-point lead. 46-35. We'll take this timeout. You're watching Grambling basketball right here on GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, where the Grambling Tigers on top of Alabama State 46-35. While Alabama State holds the rebounding edge, the Lady Tigers 18 of 41 from the field. Alabama State 13 of 28. 14 turnovers now for Alabama State and 15 dimes for the Grambling Lady Tigers. Alabama State trying to make something happen here. 6:49 remaining in the third quarter. And that goes out of bounds as the shot clock expires. They can't get another bucket. The Lady Hornets really struggling. Grambling with 34 points off the bench. Alabama State just 12. And Grambling also 20 points off of turnovers. Score has been tied twice, and there's been one time that the lead has changed. Grambling took the lead after being down 8 in the first quarter and has not relinquished that lead. Still here by Alabama State going in for the bucket is number 12 for the Lady Hornets. That's going to be Maya Milner. Her first 2 points of the third quarter. 46-37 now. And a shot up no good, and a foul coming up against Alabama State. Looks like it'll go against Courtney Lee. Nope, they're going to call that on Stevens. That's her third personal. Chakala Hill now will go to the free throw line. And for Chakala Hill, she's shooting 69% from the charity stripe. There's a few of them you do not want to put on the free throw line. Jasmine Torian, who's been shooting well this year from the charity stripe. Jasmine Boyd has been shooting well from the free throw line. Monisha Neal shooting almost 69%. Of course, Deja McKinney leading the team in three-point shots made this season. Second free throw is up and good. And Grambling retakes the 11-point lead. Great defense there by the Lady Tigers. Deja McKinney, one-on-one there. Shot up, no good. And Jasmine Torian with the rebound. Torian looking to graduate this semester. Nice job. Outlet pass to Deja McKinney. Travel. And McKinney did travel a little bit there. Substitution in here for Alabama State. That's going to be Aaliyah Nelson as well as Amber Hunt coming into the ball game. Taking out Kayla Stevens, who now has 3 personal fouls. And Maya Milner. Santoria Black joining you here on this evening. Grambling on top, 48-37, 5:34 remaining in the third quarter. That shot up and no good for Alabama State. Boy, they can't find the range. They've struggled a little bit. Shakai Hill all the way, coast to coast. Shakai Hill now with 4 points for the Lady Tigers. Here's a shot, three-pointer by Alabama State. That's Hunt trying for the three-pointer, and wow, an outlet pass. That's to Monisha Neal. She can't hit the shot, but she's going to the free throw line. Look at this transition basketball, Chakala Hill to Monisha. And that's where the Lady Tigers have really been killing Alabama State. Transition basketball, 13-point lead now for the Lady Tigers. 50-37. We've got 5:10 remaining in the third quarter. Monisha Neal, who's shooting 68% from the three-point or free throw line at the charity stripe. She hits the first one. And she has one more opportunity at the charity stripe. She had a couple in the first half of the ball game, now with 3 in the third quarter, trying to make it 4 points. Second free throw up and no good, 1 for 2 on that trip. 51-37, Grambling extending their lead out to 14 points, largest lead of the ball game. Alabama State just trying to get a bucket here. Long three-pointer up, no good. Walker couldn't find the range on that one, and now Chakala Hill quickly down the floor. Pops it back out to Jasmine Torian. Oh, she traveled. Timeout on the floor with the score. The Grambling Tigers 51, Alabama State 37. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to watching Grambling basketball right here on GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, the Grambling Tigers on top of Alabama State. And now Lady Tiger basketball after the turnover by Alabama State. Ariel Williams looking inside. Monisha Neal traveled. Alabama State nearly traveled, getting the ball across the half-court line. Shot up, no good by Kenesha Walker. And here comes the Lady Tigers. Deja McKinney goes up. She's fouled hard. McKinney went up, and boy, she was fouled hard by Kenya Pye, first personal. Actually, it's her second personal. First free throw attempt by Deja McKinney, up and good. She's shooting 60% at the charity stripe. I believe that's her first point of the third quarter. 4:06 remaining in the third quarter. Lady Tigers on top 52-37. 15-point lead now, their largest of the game. Second free throw is up and good. And the Lady Tigers on top now by 17 points. Largest lead of the game. Alabama State trying to get a bucket here. It's going to be a made bucket here by number 2, Kenya Pye. First bucket of the third quarter. Looks like Deja McKinney was called for the foul. First personal on Deja McKinney here in the ball game. Free throw up and good for Kenya Pye. And it's now a 53-40 ball game after that three-point play by Pye. Ariel Williams with a shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound. She goes back up for the shot, no good. Ball tipped around to Shakala Hill. Now to Jasmine Torian. She goes up and gets the shot. Jasmine Torian with her first bucket of the third quarter after the assist by Shakala Hill. And a great assist inside, just taking the baseline and getting the kiss off the window. Alabama State now with the basketball. Milner drives, and she'll be fouled. Oh, they're going to count. Are they going to count the bucket? Count the bucket. They're going to call that foul on Jasmine Torian. Free throw up and good by Milner. 55-43, 12-point lead now for the Lady Tigers. 3:04 remaining in the third quarter. Torian pops it out to Monisha Neal. Shot up, no good. And the rebound by Kenya Pye. She gets it out to Gibson. Gibson tried to pop it outside for a long shot to Doe. Goes out of bounds with 2:44 remaining in the third quarter. 55-43 the score. And now coming into the ball game, it'll be Alexis Williams coming into the contest. Deja McKinney leading all scorers with 16 points rather. And a foul coming up on Alabama State. That's going to be on Doe, her first personal. And at the line for the Lady Tigers, Monisha Neal. 1 for 2 at the line tonight. Free throw up and good. And you can tell Monisha Neal had great position trying to get that basketball and drawing the foul by getting good position. Monisha Neal, 2 for 2 at the line. 57-43, Grambling on top. 2:18 remaining in the third quarter. Pye with the basketball, now getting it to Hunt. Nice inside pass. That's going to be a foul coming up. It looked like one official said it was going to be offensive, and we're going to check and see that's. Oh, they're going to call it a blocking foul. Tough call there against the Lady Tigers. Ooh, that's clearly an offensive foul. I tell you what, Doe is able to capitalize, and Monisha Neal with her second foul clearly looked like an offensive foul. Looked like there was position established by Monisha Neal. If you look at this again, we just missed it on that particular angle. Shot up and in. Look at that angle again. Looked like Monisha Neal clearly had position. So Doe 2 for 2 at the line. It's now 57-45, back to a 12-point lead. Alexis Williams getting it to Monisha Neal off the backboard, up no good. Ball on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go to Alabama State. 57-45, Grambling on top, 1:43 remaining in this third quarter of play. Grambling is averaging 60 points a ball game. Well on their way to that 60-point mark tonight with a victory over Alabama State. (57-45). This one's a long way from being over with. Here's a long three-pointer up and no good by Amber Hunt. Here come the Grambling Lady Tigers. Shekiah Hill with the basketball. Coast to coast, she gets the most. And Shekiah Hill with 2 more on the board. Hill great in transition. She has 5 points in this quarter. And it's 59-45, back out to a 14-point lead. Inside now. Little underhanded layup, no good. And Monisha Neal wrestling the basketball away from everybody. Neal bounce pass, and it's stolen. She tried to get the ball out to Alexis Williams, and Alabama State with the basketball. And now a steal as Amber Hunt tried to spin towards the bucket. Pops it out to Deja McKinney. Three-pointer, good! Shakala Hill to Deja McKinney, a three-point bucket. First three-pointer of the quarter for Deja McKinney, the fourth one of the game. And it's now 62-45, back to a 17-point lead. 18 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Alabama State can play for the last shot here. Shot up, partially blocked, no good. Oh, they call a foul. Officials will call a foul against number 30, Alexis Williams. That'll be her second personal with 9 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play. The men's basketball team will play about 20 to 30 minutes after this basketball game is over with. First free throw up and good. Doe now with 3 in a row at the free throw line. Jasmine Torian comes into the ball game. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped around. And it's stripped away. Ball is on the floor. Shakala Hill has it, goes out of bounds. Back to the Lady Tigers with 1.4 left. Great job by the Lady Tigers trying to get to that basketball. .4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter of play. Monisha Neal, a long three-pointer, no good. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Lady Tigers on top by the score of 62-46. We'll take this timeout. You're watching Grambling basketball on GSU TV. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, the Grambling Lady Tigers on top of Alabama State 62-46. Lady Tigers trying to win their second conference game of the season. Go 2-0 on this homestand before they hit the road and go to Southern Alcorn State University during the weekend. And a three-pointer by Shakala Hill. Boy, Shakala Hill left open like that. Nails the door shut there. Grambling 22 of 50 from the field. Alabama State 16 of 38. Long outlet pass. Nice tap dancing down the baseline, but just couldn't keep the ball in. Justice Coleman couldn't keep it in. And now Alabama State will get the ball back. Grambling out rebounding Alabama State 27-24. Boy, you tell you what, Justice Coleman really trying to do a little tap dancing move down there. Grambling 11 for 14 from the free throw line. Alabama State 12 of 16. I tell you what, the assist, and here's another steal here by the Lady Tigers. Monisha Neal with the basketball going in, and she's going to draw the foul. First personal for Gibson, the junior from Montgomery, Alabama, transferred from Hines Community College. Story of the ball game: steals, turnovers, and assists. First free throw up and good by Monisha Neal. Grambling 17-5 in the assist category. Lady Hornets 19 turnovers to 14 for Grambling. Grambling with 11 steals. Alabama State with 6. When you look at that assist to steal ratio, and there's turnovers that Alabama State has now, 20 turnovers in the ball game, really can cause a problem. Now a 21-point lead for the Lady Tigers, and they'll call a foul, it looks like, on Monisha Neal. And that'll be her third personal. Yeah, they call her a foul with the body. She comes out of the ball game, and Alexis Williams will come into the ball game for the Lady Tigers. Lady Hornets with a tough road game against Jackson State on Monday night. Three-pointer on the way up, no good. And the rebound by Gibson. She goes up for the shot, no good, but a foul coming up. That foul is going to be on Ariel Williams. That'll be her first or second personal. Free throw up, no good, off the back of the iron. And Alabama State will send in Deja McKinney to the, or I should say Kayla Stevens for Alabama State. And a three-pointer there by Jasmine Boyd. First three-pointer of the ballgame for Boyd. Her first points of the half. It's now 70-47. 23-point lead inside to Calhoun, and she gets the bucket on the other side for Alabama State. And Coach Frida Freeman-Jackson with that scowl on her face, telling one of her players to make sure she hustles. Torian now to Jasmine Boyd on the other side. Shot up and good. Nice shot there by Justice. She has 4 points in the ball game, and on the other side, Calhoun. Great transition basketball, and on the inside, Calhoun making it happen. 6 points in the contest. Just using her size to get inside and box out and get the basketball, turn and shoot. Justice Coleman looking for an opening, getting it to Alexis, or I should say to Ariel Williams. Boyd to Torian. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Justice Coleman with the shot up, no good, and the rebound by Walker. Walker goes up for the shot, no good, and they call a foul against Grambling. See if that, yep, that was, I guess it was a foul there. It didn't look like it at first, but I guess it was there. Foul is going to be charged, I believe, to Alexis Williams. Two-shot foul now for Walker. 5'10" redshirt sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. First free throw up and good. Walker started out hot. Yep, they're going to charge that foul to Alexis Williams. Walker started out hot in the first quarter of the ball game. She had 7 points in the first quarter and has since cooled off. She had 2, I believe, in the second quarter and 2 free throws here in the third quarter, or the fourth quarter, I should say. And it's now 72-53, Grambling with a 19-point lead. Alabama State putting a little pressure on the ball. Jasmine Boyd will be called for travel. It's another turnover for Grambling. And now Alabama State will get a chance to try to make something happen. Foul away from the ball. The foul is going to be charged to Jasmine Boyd. And Alabama State will get the basketball back. 72-53, Grambling on top. 6:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Inside, Calhoun gets the ball, and she goes in and gets the bucket. Timeout on the floor, 6:28 remaining here. That was going to be a technical foul. Well, the technical foul looks like it's going to be charged to number 30, Alexis Williams, and if it is, that's her fourth personal. Where'd the technical foul come in at? Well, Alabama State will get the free throws here. First free throw is up and good by Doe, who is shooting the technical free throws. And Doe is 2 for 2 at the line for those technicals, and now Alabama State will get the ball back. 72-57. Zoha has 9 points. Most of those points have come at the free throw line. Zoe has 1 field goal in the ball game. The rest of them have come at the charity stripe. Kyla Hill with the basketball, right side to Jasmine Boyd. Shot by D-Ray Taylor, up no good. And here come the Lady Hornets. 15-point lead for the Lady Tigers. And Shakala Hill with the steal. Hill turns, shoots. Nice bucket by Shakala Hill. Boy, Shakala Hill with the spin move on the inside. And it's now a 74-57 ball game. Alabama State with the basketball. Inside to Calhoun. Now Stevens to Gibson. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Gibson now looking, getting it to Milner. Inside to Calhoun, can't handle it. Tries to pop it back out, and now gets it. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. Ball is tipped and goes back to Grambling. Well, Alabama State has been looking inside to Calhoun. They've got her quite a bit in this second half of the ball game. She has 8 points in the second half. That time, Calhoun came out a little bit of the lane. Couldn't control the ball, and it put her kind of out of her comfort zone. She doesn't really shoot a lot from the outside. And now the Lady Tigers will get the ball back. 74-57 the score. Three-pointer on the way up, no good by Jasmine Torian. Oh, and Monisha Neal couldn't handle the ball. Timeout by Grambling. 5:07 remaining in the ball game. We'll take a timeout as well. Grambling on top 74-57 here in the fourth quarter. As you see, Shakala Hill with the spin move and the bucket. We'll be right back. Grambling back on top 74-57. 5:07 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Alabama State just trying to inbound the basketball. A lot of pressure being shown now by the Lady Tigers. Full court. And now the Lady Tigers get the turnover. Bounce pass over to D-Ray Taylor. Goes up with a shot. Good! D-Ray Taylor getting the bucket. Nice pass by Jasmine Boyd, and D. Taylor getting the bucket. Lady Tigers right now with 18 assists in the contest. Just 8 for Alabama State. D-Ray Taylor completing the three-point play. Pressure shown by Grambling. And it's going to be a foul on Jasmine Torian. And for Torian, that's going to be her second personal. When you look at postseason, the Lady Tigers did something last year that no other team in the conference had ever done, and that's win a postseason game. They won the WNIT. First free throw up and good for Gibson. They could have called that on one or two people on that last foul. Coach Freddie Murray going to the postseason NIT. Gibson 2 for 2 at the line. Chicago Hill, the basketball inside to D-Ray Taylor. Jasmine Boyd now picking the ball up now to Chicago Hill. Timeout Alabama State. We'll take a timeout as well. 4:24 remaining in the ball game. 79-59, Grambling on top. We'll be right back. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, the Grambling Tigers on top of Alabama State 79-49, 4:14 remaining in the ball game. Alabama State trying to get a bucket here. Shot up, no good, and a foul coming up against Grambling. Going to go against Taylor, her first personal. Told you about the experience of Coach Murray getting into the postseason WNIT. Frida Freeman Jackson, of course, no stranger in getting to the big dance. 2014-15 as well as 2015-16. Both years she had a conference record of 10-8 and 14-4, getting to postseason play. $79-59 the score. Coming out of the ball game is Kenya Pye. And she's replaced by Gibson. Chicago Hill with a shot up off of the back of the rim, no good, and Alabama State with the basketball. 79-60 the score. Shot up and good by Walker. Torian with the basketball. Gets it out to Chicago Hill. Nice pass from Jasmine Torian. Walker couldn't complete the bucket. And that basket is good. Foul coming up. The basket is by Doe. And Grambling will get the ball back. Chicago Hill with the basketball, and Alabama State picking up full court man now. Now to Jasmine Boyd. D-Ray Taylor. Shot no good. Rebound by Monisha Hill. Hill with the shot. It's no good. Ball tipped and saved by Alabama State. And a shot up and no good, but a foul coming up. Kenesha Walker will go to the free throw line. And one of the officials going to the scores table. Check and see who that foul's against. It's going to go against Jasmine Torian. And that would be her third personal if it's against her. The officials are looking at the replay, it looks like. See if it was against Chicago Hill or Jasmine Torian. And they're going to look at that replay one more time, as one of the other officials is now on the floor. This is a different angle. Who committed the foul first, I think is what they're saying. And from that angle, I'd have to say it was Chicago Hill. But we'll see what the officials decide on here in a minute. Yep, they're going to call on Jasmine Torian. So that'll be her third personal. Again, all SWAC schools have replay on the floor. And quietly, Alabama State is now only down by 15 points. At one point in time, they were down by 20 plus. And a technical foul now on Jasmine Boyd. So now Jasmine Boyd has been hit with a technical foul, her third personal. Jasmine Boyd just kind of pleading her case to Coach Freddie Murray. A couple of free throws here for Alabama State. First one is up and good, and that's Doe, who has been great at the free throw line for Alabama State. Second free throw is up and good. And now the foul shots are going to be coming up here. And this is Walker, who will be shooting the two foul shots, and now it's a 13-point lead. At one point in time, it was a 23-point lead for the Lady Tigers. First free throw is up and good. And there's still 2:59 remaining in the ball game. Well, the foul we know is on Jasmine Torian. But then the technical foul against Jasmine Boyd has now turned this game around. 79-68, it is an 11-point lead. What's a 23-point lead? Monisha Neal with the basketball. Torian looking for the shot. Can't hit it from the backboard. And coming away with the basketball is Doe. And it was stripped away by Chicago Hill, just taken away from her like candy from a baby. Chicago Hill now getting it out to Monisha Neal. Boy, she just took the ball right out of her hands. Now to Alexis Williams in the corner, back to Torian to Chicago Hill. Ball tipped out by Alabama State, back to Grambling. 2:12 remaining in the ball game and 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 11-point lead by the Lady Tigers. And now a substitution. And now Ariel Williams coming in the ballgame. Shakala Hill will inbound the basketball. Gets it to Monisha Neal. Shot up and good. Alexis Williams getting the bucket. Nice pass on the inside, and Williams doing a great job turning to the bucket and getting the shot. 81-68 now the score. Grambling trail on top. A minute 50 remaining in the contest, and a steal. Shakala Hill gets it out to Deja McKinney, and she gets another bucket. Nice steal, and of course the shot by Deja McKinney. 83-68 now the score. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Alabama State, back to Grambling. Well, they called a timeout for a substitution. It was a coach's timeout, so looks like Grambling will have, I believe, one timeout left. Underhand layup there by 23, Gibson. And a foul coming up on Alabama State, 1:20 remaining in the ball game. That foul is going to go against Ziaria Doe. And another substitution coming in, D-Ray Taylor taking out Deja McKinney. And Alabama State will play tough man here. And now a little bit of a switch here defensively for Alabama State. They put Gibson on Monisha Neal. And shot up, no good by Gibson, or I should say by Alexis Williams. D-Ray Taylor goes up, can't get the shot, and Justice Coleman goes in with the rebound and the putback. That foul is going to be charged to number 23, Gibson. That'll be her second personal. And now Justice Coleman will go to the free throw line. Can't hit the free throw. Coleman has 6 points. It's now 85-70 with a minute remaining in the ball game. And they try to get the ball to Walker, goes out of bounds. Substitution coming into the game, Maya Milner. And now coming into the ball game will be Kenya Pye. And Gibson will come out of the ball game. 56.5 seconds left in the ball game. Lady Tigers on top 85-70. Ariel Williams is fouled by Kenya Pye. (85-70), 55 seconds remaining in the ball game, and Ariel Williams will go to the free throw line. She's shooting 67% on the season. She makes her first. One more at the charity stripe. And now Shakala Hill will come into the ball game. She will take out Justice Coleman. Second free throw up by Ariel Williams is up and good. 5 points on the night, 17-point lead now for the Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers will move to 2-0 in conference play. Oh, they call blocking foul, and that'll be charged to Alexis Williams. Nope, they're going to say it was Monisha Neal. And if it's on Monisha Neal, that's her 4th personal, which it is. And now at the line for Alabama State is Ziara Doe. First free throw is up and no good. Wow, looked like that position was established by Monisha Neal. Free throw up and good by Doe. Kick ball, and it'll be a reset. (87-71), Grambling on top. Free throws coming up here for Grambling. Ariel Williams missing the first one. She has one more opportunity. Trying to get 6 points on the night, and she misses the second one. 41 seconds left in the ball game. 87-71. And Alabama State calls a timeout here. With 31.9 left. We'll take a timeout as well. Grambling on top, 87-71. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, 29 seconds remaining in the ball game. Grambling on top, 87-71. Shot up and no good by Alabama State, out of bounds. Off of the Lady Hornets, and it will go back to the Grambling Lady Tigers. And another tough loss here for Alabama State. They lost 70-61 against Jackson. And now the Lady Tigers get a win against Alabama State. 0-2 now for the Lady Hornets here to start their 2018 campaign. Meanwhile, the Grambling Lady Tigers 2-0. Here's a shot up and good. 3-point bucket by Alexis Williams. Alexis Williams with a 3-point bucket. And for Alexis Williams, that's her first 3-pointer of the year. 90-71 to score, and they're going to pick up full court. They call a foul on Shakila Hill with 8.3 left. In some aspects, it's like this game will never end. Alexis Williams with 9 points. First free throw by Pye is no good. She has one more at the line. We'll have Freddie Murray, the head coach of the Grambling Lady Tigers, coming up for our post-game show. Shakila Hill with the ball, 6 seconds left in the game. Monisha Neal will shoot a 3-pointer to end it. Good! Monisha Neal with a 3-pointer to end the ball game, and the Lady Tigers win the ball game 93-71. We'll have Coach Freddie Murray on in just a minute. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. Back here on press row where the Lady Tigers victorious over Alabama State 93-71, and Coach Freddie Murray joining us here on press row. And Coach, I tell you what, defensively once again, Lady Tigers playing extremely tough.
Yeah, man. I keep telling our players, offense win games, defense win championships. We set a goal for ourselves at the beginning of the season that we were going to be a better defending team, and it's starting to show more and more now.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I start looking at some of these the numbers, and people like Jasmine Torian and Deja McKinney, they really played well tonight.
Yeah, they actually did. They actually come off the bench and give us a spark. Speaks volumes. Like I said, I alluded to it earlier in the season. We have a lot of depth. We have a lot of weapons, and we at any given night, anybody can step up, and they had a great night tonight, and we needed it.
Well, I tell you what, down the stretch, even at last couple of possessions, Monisha Neal with a three-pointer to end the ball game there. And then, of course, that intensity with about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, you brought everybody over and you told everybody you want more intensity on defense.
Right, exactly. We started kind of allowing them to kind of dictate the tempo of the game down the stretch, which kind of got the game a lot closer. And I just told them we had to buckle down and play D. At the end of the game, it's all about having fun, and that's what we want to do night in and night out. If you do what you got to do on both ends of the floor and have fun, good things happen.
And how about Alexis Williams' first three-pointer of the season?
Hey, we work on him enough in practice. She was a kid that actually was strictly back to the basket, scoring in the post in high school. We're kind of trying to expand the game a little bit more. You'll see more of her moving forward.
Something else that was really impressive about the team tonight, free throw shooting.
Yeah, free throw shooting, you got to rebound. The things that we have to do better to actually be an even better team is rebound, which we're making a conscious effort to do that, and we got to shoot better at the free throw line. You do those two things along with defending, I think good things will happen to you night in and night out.
Well, Coach Murray, a 2-0 here at home. You get ready for Southern and Alcorn this weekend in this tough and murderous road to start the
Doesn't get
conference
any
season.
easier, man. Doesn't get any easier. We don't expect it. We know we got to get everybody's best game, and that's why we play the type of non-conference season that we played.
Coach Murray, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
2-0 in conference play. Of course, Lady Tigers win 93-71. We'll have the men's basketball game coming up in about 25 minutes right here from the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. For right now, Centurion Black, always remembering one nation, one people, peace. We'll see you in just about 25 minutes.